Oh man, this morning I hope to finish up this nightmare of a tire change. I had, no joke, no exaggeration, probably an hour aside to get it to come loose. You know, only using tire spoons, but what else do I have? And even at that, I did some damage with the tire spoons. But it, you know, these tires are such monsters. I don't think it'll have any effect. That's the bead lock, and you can see the chunky rust on it. When this was put together, I don't know, must have got a lot of water inside. It was welded to the rim, just welded. And what I do is I would take this rye glide, what little I have left of it, and it froze, so it's a little chunky, so it's not as good as it used to be. And I would just put a lake, and then this is after experimenting with lots of different things, and I get a pair of tire spoons just right next to each other, you know, and just I went around the tire like 5 or 6 times, and that rye glide, keep a puddle of it, and that rye glide, I also mixed soap and water, and that works its way down and eventually gets behind the bead and can drop off. Yeah, the rims were in equally poor condition. Lots of pitting. I've taken them and used a wire wheel to just pound them. So look at the marks. That's from the spoons. Marked all the way around the end. Should seal anyways. Just to power that rust off, just really burnish it out, and then paint it. But I grabbed a can of this crap, and it's just fish eyes, and that's after wiping it down with lacquer thinner. After wiping it down with lacquer thinner, it's still fish eyes on me. So anyways, I'm going to get a couple more good heavy coats of paint on there, get them out in the sun, get them drying nice and hard, in the hopes that this won't do it again. And then I got to come back and decide if I'm putting those bead locks back in. These bead locks here sandwich in between, and they do two things. First, it holds the sides of the tire out and helps you get it to take the bead. That's the old O-ring. This is where the leak was coming from, right there. And this is pretty common for what I see in these old O-rings when I pull them out. Is that there's a spot somewhere that they've just bowed or domed, and it usually is wherever. A lot of paint on that for some reason. It's where the O-rings are jointed. See the crack forming, and then they leak right there. I'll try my silicone O-rings, see if that helps. Anyways, the bead locks, they hold these things out, and when the two-piece rim cinches down, it forces it, to seat the bead. Also, if the tire goes flat, it doesn't come loose on the rim and flop around. You just drive on the crap tire. And I've only ever lost one tire while I was running, and it was unfortunately one of these Michelins with that tread. And it also was a beadlock tire. On my good years, I actually never used the beadlocks. Whenever I took one apart and there was a beadlock in it, and I only had 2 with beadlocks in them, I pulled the beadlocks out and left them out. But that Michelin had one, and the dang thing stayed on the rim, allowed me to limp the truck about another block with people on it, because I had, tour. Limp the truck about another, 150 yards, whatever, to a place where I could safely unload them and get it changed. So I'm a little gun shy about these brands, these tires, so probably going to put the beadlock back in. So that means I got to get a ratchet strap around there, squish it, pull it out, because the tire is full of garbage. Clean the tire, clean the beadlock, put it back in, and then fly it over the rim somehow without scrubbing my gasket off. It's going to be one of those days.